A long overdue welcome back to Spectacle Island for episode 33 with me, Mr. Sealy P. Hello, lovely people. What's going on? It depends how you're watching this Let's Play, but there's been just over a week since I posted my last Let's Play video. I have posted a load of map tools and mod reviews, but I disappeared very abruptly, and I apologise for that. I've got a few jobs on. What's been happening since the last episode? Well, I've been repurposing, reprepping fields 1 through 6. I wasn't intending to, but you know how it is. You get going and you just can't stop. I've got barley, canola, oats, corn, wheat going in. Haven't decided what I'm going to put in field 6 yet. I could do sunflower again, but I don't want to put the same crop in straight after. I might do another canola. I was going to do soybean, but we got a fair bit of soybean. I'm waiting on the soybean harvest, and while I'm doing that, we are in kind of a drawdown phase, really. My big 45-foot headers for the... I always get the number of this wrong. The XBR2 were too big for the horsepower of the harvester. But, luckily, and I'm not quite sure why I didn't sell it, but this foldable header left over from the Tonho I kept. So what I've done is taken the other XBR2s and their larger headers down to the docks, and I'm currently swapping them out for these headers. Yes, they're smaller, but they're big harvesters with large capacity. With 3 of them running, we shouldn't have a problem at all. Actually, I've gone too far. That's not where I was intended to go. Let's just pull past and stop. There, right, hopping out. So what I'll do is we'll move our planter over to field 6 and put something in there. Pears are still doing well. So yeah, as I said, we're in a kind of drawdown. Now I've realised that the phrase drawdown usually refers to a reduction and removal, withdrawal of troops normally. All drawdowns are often referred to financially with pensions and things like that. But it's kind of... we're in that final phase. So I've got quite a bit of stuff that still I need to sell that I haven't, products that I made. I've got all of the straw pellets here. We did all the hay pellets, but I've got all the straw pellets that I need to sell. I've got all the sheep's milk. I've got the cow's milk I haven't touched yet. So what I'm going to do, and also just to speed up the process, I'm going to be using the CSZ pack, big bale handler. I'm going to load all the straw up. We're going to get that sold. I'm going to get the milk pallets. Now, I was going to look around. I mentioned this. I was going to look around for tankers. That was originally my plan. And see if I could collect the milk from the sheep with tankers. And then I thought, in all honesty, I'll just load the pallets up. Using this, it's not going to take too long. I'll load them up onto the low loader. We'll sell them. Down where I sold the hay pellets, we've got another selling station down there. Actually, I'm not central in my... No. The straps are on ground, but I don't know how well this is going to work, in all honesty. But if it will go over 4, and whether or not I can lift them. Whoa, it's like that. That was not a good idea. Oh, I was so hoping I could do 4. It really did not like that at all, did it? So, 4, not a good idea. Live and learn, don't you? Okay, so let's see if I can do 2 without wobbling and going over. I might have to revert back to the forklift, and if I do, so be it. So I'll just do that one. Please work with just 2. No, oh, I'm having an absolute nightmare. I should have just stopped. Quit while I was ahead. What I'm going to do... oh, you might notice as well all the reusable pallets I had here. I'm gradually selling off a few bits and bobs. Stuff I haven't used, stuff I didn't need. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, while I'm doing this, whatever it is I'm doing, just making a big old mess. Thank you to everyone who was concerned about my well-being, where I was, what was happening. I really do appreciate that. And then a lot of people said, because I said I wasn't going to really go into a lot of detail. When I did I was doing a mod review, and I said I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, not while I'm doing a mod review. But here's the thing. On the day that Celia EG got her A-level results, and she got her A-level results, and she did very well, and she got into university. She's over the moon, she got the grade she needed, and she's off to Westminster University. And she's going to be doing criminal psychology. I'm absolutely gobsmacked, blown away, and incredibly impressed and proud at the same time. So she did an incredible job, she worked incredibly hard, she deserves it, she really does. So on that day, on the Tuesday, Mrs. Silly P got on a train and headed off to the Lake District because a few days before her granddad had passed away, so she was going to the funeral. And because I hadn't been feeling very well off the back of the plague, and I was obviously conscious of, doing videos for the channel. I know people always say and will do, don't worry about that, family comes first. And again, I totally understand that and appreciate that. But I was very conscious of the fact I needed to make sure I was still putting out videos and stuff. And I said to Mrs. CDP, look, you go. She went by train. I dropped her off at the station. Off she went to go to the funeral, and she was due to come back on the Friday, which was, how it was kind of planned, and that's what we were going to do. But she left on the Tuesday morning, and I did my videos and the rest of it, all the stuff I usually do, and then went to bed. When I woke up Wednesday morning, I slept really badly, and I woke up Wednesday, please tell me that just not myself, and came downstairs, turned everything on ready to start recording, and I sat here and thought, I shouldn't be here. I don't want to be here. I should be with her. I made the wrong call. I made the wrong decision. I should have been there with her to support her. So I packed up the car, packed up Farm Dog, because all my girls were all working, so none of them could come with me. Jumped in the car and drove up to the Lake District. I got there after the funeral. I didn't make it for the funeral, but was there, for her. But that's not the end of the tale. On the way up, it was an eventful journey, let's just say that. Something I don't like doing, and I haven't really had to do before. I've done shorter journeys, is travelling long distances on my own. I mean, I know I had Farm Dog in the car, but blimey, it was boring. I'm so used to being in the car with her, and we go away and we chat and we muck around, and we get on so well, and it's great. So yeah, long journey. Got actually into the Lake District, coming down the side of Bassenthwaite Lake, if you know the area, and it was pouring down. Now, it had been a beautiful journey all the way up to that point. It was loshing down with rain, and all of a sudden, your brain suddenly goes, hang on a minute, something's not right here. My driver's side windscreen wiper just completely packed up. There was this horrible sound. So the passenger one was working just fine. The driver's side one was making this awful noise, just this horrible clonking sound, and it wasn't moving. And I'll be honest, I panicked, because then I thought, well, what am I going to do, because it's pouring the rain and I couldn't see. So I came off the main road and decided, I know what I'll do. I'll go through the lanes and the side roads around the Lake District, leaning over, looking out of the passenger side windscreen. Honestly, couldn't make it up. So anyway, we had to get the windscreen wiper fixed, and a fantastic guy called Gav at a place called, I think it was Hague Motors, absolute legend, helped us out. But obviously it meant we couldn't come home when we thought, because at that point we hadn't had it fixed, and if it was raining we couldn't go anywhere. So yeah, it wasn't the best, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, that's why it was very abrupt, very sudden. Normally if I'm going away on a holiday with Mrs. CDP, we will, or I will often say, what I'm doing, where I'm going, and that I'm going away. But because it was kind of quite sudden, I didn't really say anything. I didn't mention it because I hadn't myself decided I was going to do it until I actually did it. So apologies to anyone who feels aggrieved or annoyed because I just disappeared. I know there won't be anyone out there. Everyone's been so friendly and so kind and just loads and loads of concern. But I just felt I should kind of explain where I know people still say I didn't have to. I shouldn't have to. And I know I shouldn't have to, and I don't have to, but I felt I should. Me personally, I felt I should. Not social conventions per se. So that's what happened. That's where what was going on. I'm going to carry on. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to carry on stacking these badly. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to do the milk. I'll probably see in a bit when I do that. And then the next time I see you after that, we're probably going to be onto the soybean harvest because I'm just doing kind of odds and ends of jobs now, tidying up and sorting out, like I say, the kind of drawdown and the move. Am I taking money with me? That was something someone asked. I've made all this money. Am I going to be not cheating money into my next Let's Play? But am I taking it with me? The answer to that is I don't think so. No. Because I'm going to do subscriber contracts, I might have a little bit of start machinery. That I also haven't decided yet. I might do. I don't know. We will see what I start with. I might kind of do a start from scratch. That's a little bit trickier with subscriber contracts because people are already sending me contracts and asking me to do certain things, which when I start the Let's Play, I won't have the machinery and equipment to do. So I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that at the moment. I'll think of something. We'll make it work. I'm just wondering whether I can get... yeah, I should get this one. Right, yeah, so I'll see you in a bit. And I will just continue merrily doing what I'm doing. With a big smile on my face, not even slightly angry or annoyed that I made a mistake like that. Honest, Gov. You can trust me. No. Oh. Right. Top right hand corner, 78,400 just spent. I bought two more of the H660 headers. So we're selling the ones we got, as you've seen as well. We got rid of all the straw pellets. I got them all on in the end. It just took a bit of time. A bit of finagling. Is it finagling? Something like that. So we're going to more than make our money back on that. We'll bring the other one through. I'll whiz up and grab those. I'm going to wait till the morning to do the milk and the milk pallets because obviously the sheep and the cows are going to continue producing milk through the night. So I'm going to wait until the morning to load those up. I think that's for the best. That's my plan at the moment. And hopefully by the morning the soybean will be ready to harvest and we can just crack on. I'm just really, really curious to see quite how much we're going to get off of there. Let's sell that one. Not worth as much, but that's okay. Let's close. Yeah. Close. There we go. And I'm assuming headers will be on the ship. And then what I'll also do overnight is I'll just drive these over to the field. What we 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. It's quite a lot. I've gone for the Challenger yellow. It's about the one that fits the best. And like I said, these are only 6.6s, but I think for the horsepower requirement on this, it's going to work just right, I think. I hope I haven't made a huge mistake here and find that when I lower them or something, they don't work. That wasn't the problem with the bigger headers, it was just the horsepower. The requirement needed, it just wasn't there. And because you can leave these running a lot longer because of the bigger tank, I know I've said that before. Thought I had. Yeah, not quite on the floor. That'll do. As I've said all the way through this particular Let's Play, and I think on my Lucas Island one as well, any mods used are in the description. They're all, I say, listed. They're not in a list form. They're just all a massive, you know, I just kind of add to them as I go. So there's quite a lot there to have a look at. Apologies for that. You have to have a bit of a sift through. But yeah, everything's in there. And then we are going to be heading off to our new destination. Potentially 2 completely new destinations. It was going to be one new and one old, familiar. I don't know. I don't want to say anything out loud because then people say, "Oh, that's fantastic! Yeah, do that." And if I don't want to annoy people or upset people. But I thought, because it's similar sort of countryside, we might go back to Six Ashes as a kind of transient go through, just a nostalgic, maybe an episode on there, maybe an episode or 2, and then moving through, like I say, because location wise pretty close, maybe to Attingham Park, maybe. It's just an idea at the moment. So anyway, yes, in the morning then, what time's it now? 12:39. Need to double check because I left the worker going and didn't really pay much attention after that. Field, oh there we go, that's not too bad. Just finished off now. Last strip down on field 6. I did go for another canola, and as you can see there, we've got our tractor with our fertilizer spreader because that's going to need another fertilizing, as you can see. So I'll get that done too. Now I'm not going to be going full through and harvesting those. And I know this has happened before when I've done Let's Plays, and people will often ask or say, if you're kind of winding up and finishing, why have you gone to all the trouble of cultivating, fertilising, potentially ploughing, then seeding or planting fields you're not going to end up harvesting? That for me is just I don't know, I guess it's that kind of, in my head, if I think, you know, this farm's going to be then taken on by somebody else, or if I was doing a storyline or a narrative where I might do an auction or somebody's going to buy it from me or whatever, then you leave it how you'd want to find it, kind of thing. I think. I suppose it's just a moral thing, isn't it, in your head? Yes, it's time taken and potentially time wasted. But then you could argue that about any Let's Play. You know, you could play any Let's Play from start to finish. You build everything up, get to a point where you've done all this hard work, and then just move off and go to a new one. So you could argue, well, then why bother doing? You know, it does get a little bit. I've just realised I've left headers all over the place, haven't I? And I'm going to need to take the wheel loader back because I need to clean the feed areas. Yeah, okay. I've got a couple of bits I need to do by the morning. See you then for more fun and frolics. It's 8:16 in the morning. It's time to clear out all our produce. I completely forgot about our gold smelting. The gold smelting plant up on the hill has been chugging away. We've got 6 full gold bars and then another one that's just started. I have no idea what gold is selling for at the moment, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it all on and we'll get rid of it anyway. Just completely forgot. I have taken the liberty of preloading most of the step deck. Oh, well, that's very low. We've had it as high as 21 grand, so... Oh, it doesn't matter. Still going to be, what, 66 grand, isn't it? So... Actually, more than that, isn't it? We'll take it. Yes, I've preloaded a lot of the step deck low loader-esque trailer from the sheep's milk. I've also got the tank over ready for the cow's milk to crack on with that. I'm going to take this Land Rover back. I've loaded the 2 full egg pallets. We're going to go down to Portside Cafe and sell all the eggs. And then we're over to soybean. Our massive field is ready to harvest. Our harvesters are all there and we are good to go. Now it's probably not a bad idea for predictions. What are we thinking prediction-wise for soybean off of that field? That field, those fields? I mean, just as a quick reminder, we've got all of this, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got my 3 harvesters sat there, ready to go. At the moment, the sell point we've got down here, so the pallet sell point, there's one of these little building ones. Soybean is selling for just over 2 grand for 1,000, and milk is at 1.6, but it's falling. I don't know. What do you reckon? 200,000 litres? Soybean doesn't yield very highly because it pays out very well. Not because it pays out very well. It pays out very well because it yields lower than a lot of other crops. I was watching Welker Farms the other day, actually. Was it yesterday? Whenever I was watching, I was catching up on a backlog of videos. And they were talking about they've had really poor yield. They got hail and all sorts of bad weather, and they had pre-sold some of their crop at $7. It wasn't soybean, was it chickpeas? I can't remember the crop now. And they said that was great because up until that point the price had been as low as $2 or $3. So when they were offered the sale price of $7, they absolutely jumped at it because that was way above what it was going to be. They actually harvested and didn't have enough to completely fulfill their order. I think they needed 25,000 bushels, I think it was, and they ended up with about 13 because of how bad the yield was. But lots of people around the country had also had really poor yields and problems with bad weather and whatever, so the price had gone through the roof and it was selling at 14, but they were tied into the 7, so they were a little bit gutted that whilst the 7 is a fantastic price, it's currently selling at 14. So it's that kind of weird thing that it shifts and ebbs and flows, and if you get poor yields and there's not a lot of it about, the price tends to go up because people are desperate for the stuff. And you know, it's weird how that happens. Well, it's not weird, I mean that's how it works. But I've got some more boxes down there on the floor. I kept saying I was going to buy another one of these pallets, and I didn't actually do it in the end. So this will go down. We'll take this to Portside Cafe. What I am going to do while I'm here is done again. Hop in here. Let's fill up our milk. 38,673 litres of milk from the cows. So that's filling up. We'll go and take the eggs down, and then we'll load the last couple of pallets up of milk. I said milk churns. I got absolutely slated for it when I did the mod review of it. In the UK, they've always been referred to as that. I know a churn is what you normally churn milk in to make butter and then onto cheese, that kind of thing. There's all various different names for them, but that's just how we've always referred to them. But anyway, yes, I've got 2 pallets left of those, and we'll get all that sold too. Then it's soybean. So I'll do a quick, probably just the selling of those. I'll probably load the last couple of pallets on and we'll whiz down, but the selling of these, the selling of the regular milk, and then those, and then, like I say, then it's harvest. And so I'm predicting, I'm saying 200,000 litres. Yeah. We'll see, won't we? We will see. It's 8:43. It's time for the big one. Soybean harvest is here. As you've seen, I've sold the milk, I've sold the eggs, you know, all the bits that could be sold. We have got the 250,000 litre trailer. We've got our 3 harvesters. I'm going to start, as I oft do, with actually, I'm just thinking, do I just set one off on a straight route across and see what it does? Or is that dangerous if it ends up in the drink? Let's unfold the header. I'm still, in my head, I'm still maintaining 200,000 litres is what I think. This is where I find out this header won't work. I did turn it on, but under load, I just don't know. I just don't know. That's the thing. Right. Oh, we good. Let's. Oh, unfold the harvester. Sorry, old being. Are we done? Let's do this. We are soybeaning. This is the culmination of all the work. And I'm going the right way as well, look, see? My pipe's sticking out the correct side. Yeah, the culmination of everything. When I kind of set myself those targets, then I kind of extended my targets as I went. And I said I wanted to have a massive build, and I was going to do the whole island originally, but decided that half of it was fine because the road ran down the middle. This is the culmination. And that, we're thinking back to where we started. We had a derelict farm that had to be cleared. We had fields that had to be cleared. We've done logging, we've done wood chipping, we've used the tree devourer, we've cleared so many fields. We've used the ferry, we've used the bubble, what originally was the barge, then the ferry, we've used the grain boat, we've done gold hunting, we've done gold smelting, we've got a pear orchard, we've done various different crop types with various different bits of machinery. We've increased our fleet of tractors, of harvesters, of seeders / planters. We've done, well, all the animal husbandry, loads of eggs. We've done tons of work at the biogas plant. We've made loads of silage, we've made loads of digestate, and we've made loads of money, which is kind of, you know, where we were aiming for. I just think at the moment I'm kind of, the other 2 harvests aren't doing anything, but I'm just a bit nervous, to say the least. So yeah, I mean, as far as as a Let's Play goes, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I always enjoy Jim's maps, you know, and I know people go, oh, who's your friend? And I just do, because of all the stuff you can do. And I've said this all the way through the Let's Play. You don't have to do any of it, but it's there if you want to do it. And I love that. And it's been very kind of freeing and fun, and just to say, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to, you know, deliver that, and it's just been enjoyable. Loved every minute of it. I'm just taking a deep breath, the calm before the storm. Because subscriber contracts aren't always easy. It's just a bit labour intensive, that's all. There's all the off-camera stuff, all the setting up and all the prepping, and then when you're doing the contracts, there's all the... I mean, don't get me wrong, again, explaining, not complaining. I love doing it. But it's all the bits you don't see, you know? And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still really deciding what map I want to... Yeah, haven't fully decided. There may be a little bit of a gap. I'm sorry, that sounds ridiculous considering there's been over a week now. I originally started recording this episode on Wednesday. It's now Friday this is going to post. And it's my eldest daughter's 24th birthday this weekend. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done over the weekend. But I will try. It's the same as it always is, you know. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? You know, it is what it is. And I think sometimes it's finding that balance, and I haven't always got that right. I haven't always, as I explained earlier on with the whole thing with Mrs. Silly P going away, You know, sometimes you make the wrong call. Sometimes you get your head down, you get stuck in a rut, and you kind of plough on doing what you're doing, and you don't look up. You know, you don't come up for air. And then when you do come up for air, you suddenly think, blimey, you know, I'm either absolutely exhausted, or I've just missed all of this stuff, and I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have been here, you know. So yeah, I don't know when the next one will start. As soon as I can possibly make it work, it will happen. Now, in other news, I was on Discord this morning. I mean, it loads up automatically when I put my PC on, but there was an announcement on the Blacksheep modding Discord server. And it's good news. Unfortunately, I say it's a little bit late in, I suppose we're now, what, 3 years in, almost 3 years in. And we're 2 and a bit months away. Just think, what are we now? Towards the end of August, so September, October, well, maybe 3, I suppose, when you think about it. The game won't release till the 22nd of November, so yeah, almost 3 months. So yeah, maybe not then. Who remembers the Quadro pack? I almost used to say pack V, but pack 5, possibly if it was Roman numerals. That brilliant attachment that went on the back of certain balers, like the Agco 4 stack, that only does 3 bales. This stacks 4 bales and then puts them out the back. So then you could come along with the bigger bale grams and you could pick up 4 bales at a time and manually load them onto a trailer. If you're not using an auto-load trailer, which some people prefer to do, you know. I loved it because it was kind of that lovely blend between doing auto-loading and manual loading. Loading 4 at a time was, I say it was a breeze, but it was easier. But yeah, anyway, it says, "Hi farmers, it's finally back, the Quadro Pro Baler pack with some modifications for even more efficiency. The 3D has been completely remade, as well as the addition of an optional 14-metre folding rake. So there's going to be a 14-metre folding rake which will rake up whatever it is, whatever swaths, whatever it is you've got on the ground. The balers are available in the following brands: Fendt, Challenger, Massey Ferguson and New Holland. The Quadro itself, which then hooks on the back of the baler, is Lizard for console publishing purposes, and it can always stack 4 square bales, coming soon to all platforms. So we will have a system whereby 14-metre, well, windrower essentially, into a baler, the baler bales, and then the Quadro stacks 4 at a time off the back, and away you go. I'm very pleased and very excited about it. I love the fact, because I've been saying all the way through FS19, I would love to have it back. I really loved using it before, and it was a brilliant bit of kit. I really miss it, but it's not just coming back, it's coming back with a few additions and modifications. So hats off to J.A.Modding. Looking forward to that. Whilst I don't generally do Farming Simulator news, I suppose that's kind of technically news. Wow, this is going to take some time, isn't it? Do I cut now to get some other balers going, harvesters going, or what? What do you reckon would be the best? I've kind of done my chatty bits. I've talked about the stuff through J.A.Modding. Now it's onwards and upwards, up the middle with smoke, as they say, to see, are we going to get the 200,000 litres? I think we might get. Just looking at my harvest, fuel-wise we should be alright, but I don't know if I need to do some in-the-field maintenance, potentially. Right, well that's going at that angle. Let's just double check. Garage, where are my balers? I keep saying balers, harvesters. There we go, L3. That's better. I just need some tweaking, some settings in the cab. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Saying them all. We haven't done a full round yet. When we do, I will see you, and then I'm going to set the other ones off, and then we shall see. This is going to be a big one, isn't it? Another thing I need to check is, as far as the field goes, how we're looking for growth. I don't think, I mean, there might be some patches that are going to need liming, but the whole field generally should be okay. And unless you've done your 3 cycles and the field does need ploughing, if you've got ploughing turned on, soybean isn't one of those crops that requires it. So it should be okay. I decided to take the liberty of getting the other harvesters on the go, and they are on the go. Now, obviously, I've been thinking as well, as I've been going along. It's funny, I had 2 of them running a minute ago as I was coming around with this one. They look like little mites kind of going, because they're kind of boxy square. What's great about them, and I really do like these a lot, is because the turning radius is next to nothing. When you've done a small headland, or however you want to refer to it, around the outside, they don't need a lot of room to turn, because I was worried about the one right the way over there, and there is one right over there, disappearing off into the water, but they turn on a dime, so they don't need a huge amount of space or runoff area, which is brilliant. Now, could I have gone with slightly larger headers? Yeah, I probably could have done. I could have gone with another one up maybe. There's the other foldable ones. Oh, my mind's gone blank. I've got them installed, which, because I already had the one that I went for, because I already had the HL660 from the Tucano, I thought, well, I'll go for 3 of those just for parity across them. But the Cressonis, I could have gone for a 7.2. I mean, 6.6 to 7.2. It's not a huge amount of difference. But I probably could have gone for a smaller fixed header, which would have been more than 6.6. But I don't mind. It's going to take a little bit longer. It's more the tank size that I think is, say, important. That's probably the wrong way of putting it. So what I'm going to do now, hopefully, I think the other harvester over here will be done. I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to set up areas, rectangles, squares, whatever I need to, for the workers to work. When they get working, I'm then going to go around and I'm going to mop up all the odd bits, all the strange angles and strange shapes that they may have a bit of a problem with. Any bits like this that they may miss, I'm going to go and clear up. Now, is it as important? Because, one of those might be 1 litre, but if you know anything about me, I'm not going to leave it. There's absolutely no way I'm leaving it. So we'll pick it all up. So that did this corner really nice and neatly. So what I'm going to do now is set this one off, going lengthways, and we should get to a point. We should get to a point, he says, where we're doing the full length of the field. While this is doing that, I'm going to do a few more rows at this end, just to make sure we don't have any accidents, because it's a lot steeper and a lot more treacherous along this bit of shoreline than it is anywhere else. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let's line that up and get that working going. I mean, all honesty, I'm just thinking now, I have got the money to get a 4th one. Is that an extravagance just for 1 harvest? To get a 4th harvest? Just let's speed things up and spend. Well, I mean, I'm going to be looking at about 300,000. I might do that. Then I suppose, looking at that, then the money I make from the harvest would just cover the cost of buying a new harvester. But I guess that's what you do anyway, don't you? If obviously you've got your day-to-day bills you need to pay for on a farm. You've got your living expenses and all your taxes and stuff you have to pay. But in essence, you're earning money, making money to improve your life, and maybe maintain the vehicles you've got, maybe get larger, newer ones, maybe just increase your fleets. And I mean, that is kind of the point, isn't it? I'm going to leave this island with over 3 million, which I'm not going to take with me to the next one. So I suppose it doesn't matter if I get another harvester, does it? It was more about how much I got off the field, not what I made from it. What I was more concerned about, I was just really curious to see what we got. I'm rambling again. It's because I'm going through that thought process in my head, but it's not in my head. It's out loud. That's when most people go, what is he going about? I don't know. It's just ideas. I have 3 full harvesters, and I have bought harvester number 4. There's a good reason for that. Top right hand corner, we've got rain on the way. I want to get this harvest done before the rain. Before I can do that, I need to whiz round and clear all these harvesters. So that's 29,100 litres in each one, so we're up to 90,000. Well, thereabouts. Just under 90,000. And as far as the field goes, we've done all this section here. I'm just using one harvester to clear this triangle there. The third harvester tidy up this end here. And then what I'm going to do is tidy up this side just here. Then we've got this massive, well, it's not a rectangle this end, but they're turning fine here. We've got all of this to do. Are we going to hit 200,000? I'm still sticking with that. I'm still sticking with my 200,000 litres. Potentially that's what we're going to hit. Unfortunately, this is a downside. One small downside to these harvesters is the unload speed seems quite slow. And I've said that before, haven't I? I'm sure with the last harvest, the sunflower, I said that. It seems quite slow. I don't think it is, no, because that's what I said last time. It's because there's 30,000 litres in there. If you've got a harvester with a 14 or 18,000 litre grain tank, which is kind of up to where we go to. There are some John Deeres with bigger ones and stuff like 22s and 24s. But it's going to take a long time. Yeah, it's 29,000 litres. Yeah, ignore me. Ignore me. You probably do a lot anyway, so. Continue to ignore me. Come on. Get a move on. It's a massive harvest. Massive harvest. Go. Go. Okay. Now that's off and running. Once I've got all 3 off and running again, I'll get harvest number 4. Again, I'm going to use 4 now, I think, to do some of the mopping up, and then I'll have all 4 running up and down. There are some areas that are going to need some liming and stuff, but am I going to do that? No. So, I think we're on course. We definitely, with what we've harvested so far, we're up to 90,000 litres. We're going to be 200,000 litres or as close to. If we go above that, I'll be quite surprised if we go much above that with what we've got left to do. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be about that. So in a little while. Good news, we beat the rain. We are done. Whoa, I was closer than I thought. There's all 4 lined up, and I still have some in. I'm going to tell you something now. We've gone past 200,000 litres, only just, but 203,844. But the harvesters have all got stuff in. I was going to drive each harvester past the lorry. I thought, well, why would I do that? I might as well just drive the lorry past the harvesters. That's going to be far easier. I think we might go past 250, so I might have to come back for the last bit of this, maybe. I was hoping not to, but we might not have a choice, yeah. Because harvester number 3, it looks like it's got a fair bit in it. So yeah, we may end up going way past. Now, as far as this goes now, when I've got, well, there'll be 250,000 litres probably. I'll come back for the last little bit. We're going to go down to the little shack, because they take soy there, and that's what's paying just over 2,000. I think the price was climbing. We go across and double check to our soybean, 2,039, and it is climbing, but that's fine. From there, we're going to the docks. The Land Rover is still there because that's where I took the boxes of eggs, chicken pallets, no, boxes of eggs. We are going to get on get in our Land Rover. We're getting onto the tanker, and we're heading off. That will be it for Spectacle Island. I have had a blast. I said that earlier. I've had an absolute blast, and I want to say a massive thank you. I think Jim still is watching the series. Apologies for the gap. Can I do two at the same time? I can. That was a bit of a result. Oh, not quite. There we go. Two at the same time. A massive thank you to Jim for the map, for his generosity, for his friendship, for putting the bits in when I talked about them on videos, and he kind of went away, implemented them, and put them straight into updates. So that's absolutely fantastic. It's an absolute cracker. I know he's working on something else, but I think that something else is going to be for FS22 now. But there is something in the works. We are going to go above 250, aren't we? Yep, so I'll have to come back for the last little bit. Mind you, 2,000 for 1,000 litres, that's going to be 500 grand, so we're going to clear 3 million. Which I wasn't sure we were going to when I paid out for the new harvester. And to be fair, the new harvester and the header only came in at 239,000, I think it was, all in. Or was it 259? It wasn't a huge amount of money. There we go. So I'm going to take this down and sell this. I'll come back for the last little bit, and I will see you on that last little bit. And like I say, we'll be down to the harbour in the Land Rover, and we will be heading off. I feel quite sad, actually. I've just had such a blast on it. But it is time to move on. And there we have it. We cleared 3 million. We've got the last 17,000 litres left to do, and that's how we finish. 3,141,000. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now, am I going to use some of that money? I am. When I go to the next map, wherever it may be, and that's going to be standalone. It's not going to kind of continue on from this because there wasn't really a storyline on this. But I'm going to use it to buy a bit of land, maybe get a couple of bits of small machinery, just a few bits so I can get going. It's a kind of start from scratch-esque idea, but not completely, I think. Yeah, I've just been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. I am going to take the Berkman trailer as well. So I'm going to have the Land Rover and the Berkman trailer. Both those are coming with me to wherever we end up. And that is it for Spectacle Island. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed playing on this series and doing this episode. It had to end at some point, unfortunately. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.